Before I get to the topic of this video, let me ask a simple question. What has Nintendo done in the last 10 years that is going to be remembered several years from now? I mean, look at the whole Wii era. That era is quickly forgotten about due to the fact that there weren't very many good games that generation. The Wii's hardware was weak and underpowered as developers opted to make games for the 360 and PS3 instead. And of course, what the Wii did really didn't make a lasting impact since motion controls are dead in gaming. I mean, the PlayStation Move, for example, hasn't really been used very much with the PlayStation 4, and Microsoft has mostly repurposed the Kinect as well, an input device that's mostly used more with people using it for stuff besides gaming. While with the Nintendo 3DS, the whole 3D fad is dead, and very few devices now take advantage of 3D as 3D hardware has gone down in price due to the fact that the demand is pretty much fizzled for 3D, as nobody really wants it like they did several years ago. And let's not forget how the whole phone industry and other industries have settled on one big screen instead of two smaller ones. And as for games, Nintendo really hasn't put out anything that would be memorable or have an impact. Just more titles and long-running series which have had various titles already. And they were also probably some of the blandest, least creative games in their respective franchises. And if you want to know why, I'm going to talk about why in this video. Now, while most companies decide to take a conventional E3 route, and by that I mean having a whole presentation where people get up on stage, show off the video games, complete with audience praise, and of course you have this being recorded on YouTube and streamed live for the world, Nintendo has decided to take a different route, more reminiscent of a video from someone like that guy with the glasses. And then they take that very same low-budget internet comedy format, with lots of random jokes you're supposed to be laughing at, and then they interpose it with video game news and announcements and footage. The only problem is there's no third parties because Nintendo lost all their third parties. So since Nintendo really has nothing upcoming, I mean, after Splatoon comes out, what does Nintendo have that's really worth talking about? While with the other companies, they have The Witcher 3 coming out in just a few days. And there's no doubt The Witcher 3 is going to be a hit too, considering how it's getting 10 out of 10 scores from all these gaming websites. So when I saw Nintendo's E3 plans, I was kind of cringing, and here's why. With any other company, what Nintendo was showing for their E3 preview video would be something you'd see on the 1st of April. I mean, you know how Corsair had, for example, their whole mechanical mouse, which was a ball mouse thing for April 1st? Or the whole vintage Xbox 360, which looked just like the original Xbox? And of course the whole DOS April Fool's joke with Windows Phone. I mean, there are a lot of vintage April Fool's jokes in the tech industry, and this might have seemed like one if this was any other company. But no, Nintendo is trying so hard to dwell on the past that they come out and make this E3 preview video which features a lot of old Nintendo systems, and of course involves them announcing this Nintendo Championship. Which is funny because Nintendo's games have been getting more and more casualized, and they don't have the mainstream appeal they did back in the 90s when they would appear in rap videos. I mean, here's the thing, it's 2015. Maybe Nintendo could appeal to more people if they actually came to E3 showing something that would blow people away and not make people wonder, what is this even? And besides a few re-releases, you don't see Microsoft or Sony dwelling off nostalgia this much. In fact, Nintendo does it the most because they come out with the most re-releases of any single company in the gaming industry. I mean, I guarantee, I could watch Sony or Microsoft's live stream and I could see a bunch of new stuff being brought to the table. If I watch Nintendo's, I'll probably see more rehashes and long-running franchises. There will be a bunch of them, mark my words. Here's my question though. If Nintendo wants to catch people's eyes outside of the core Nintendo fanbase, why don't they actually take that money they could have put towards that E3 thing and put it toward maybe getting games on the system? developing more games and the like. Because here's the thing, the Wii U lacks many games. There are lots and lots of games that have skipped the Wii U this year. There were plenty of them last year, and there's probably going to be next year. So here's the thing. Why can't Nintendo actually fix their system, or at least fix the next one, instead of, throwing money toward all this stuff nobody cares about? That's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.